Hey folks, so out of the blue Tom gave me this copy of Blackstone Fortress and asked me to do an unboxing and a giveaway. So, because I don't want to interfere too much with my usual shooting schedule, this will be quite a rough one, so please, I do apologise if the quality isn't that great. Please bear with me, but to compensate for that, you'll be able to win this at the end, so that's some good news for you. Right, so let's have a look. What have we got going on here then? So, first of all, we have this lovely box art, which you can't see very well because of the reflection on the, the plastic on it, I'm afraid. But it is kind of a murky, very dark and dingy atmosphere, quite befitting of the 41st millennium, and probably, I imagine, the environments that you'll be mooching around in. So, let's flip it over. Right, so what have we got here then? So, it tells us that it is a 1 to 5 player game, and that its playtime is approximately 2 to 5 hours per session. We also get a parade of all these lovely, get it in shot, all these lovely characters that you'll be getting in the box. So you can see Eldar dudes and Groot dudes and squats, man, the squats are back, God bless them, we love them. And like a cool Confessor dude and so on. So as you can see, there's quite a nice cavalcade of people in there. We can also see that we've got a kind of, I imagine, either the head bad dude or, you know, a pretty good, he's second in command if he's not, but I imagine he is, but he's a cool Chaos Lord dude. And then you've got some kind of spindly droney things that look quite groovy. And obviously a bunch of other cool groovy miniatures as well that I'm sure you've probably seen in thousands of better photos everywhere else. As obviously we can see a play scene as well of the game in play. So that's kind of groovy. We also have your usual box content, so you get to read a full list of everything that you get in this massive, and I have to say quite heavy as I'm holding it here for all this time, quite a heavy box. And then obviously a bit of fluff as well, so you get you into the mindset of the game. So with that being said, let's just quickly open it. I'm going to be a bit faster because normally I speed this all up for you, but I'm going to try and, there you go, get rid of that. Right, so there you go. Lovely glossy box. GW always like to do with their glossy boxes, and I have to say I do agree with them. It's a lovely design choice, and it always looks nice on your shelf. So get rid of that, and voila! Straight away we are greeted with miniatures. So this will be the Chaos Chappie that we were literally just talking about on the back of the box. Kind of groovy. They all look kind of push fit, which is quite nice because that. I don't know if they're totally push fit. I would recommend glue. I'll try and cut that sneeze out. Right, okay. What else we got then? So, they seem to be colour coded. So these are. Oh, that's that groovy robot dude. I really like him. He's proper kind of 60s sci-fi. I absolutely adore him. I think he's really cool. Yeah, I think that's really cool. And then you got him. You got the Eldar. It's Eldar girl, as I recall. I've recently read the Eldar Path of the Warrior, Path of the Ranger, Path of the Seer storyline, and that, you know, it's really interesting. So I can actually kind of understand where she's coming from actually, with what she's probably doing at the moment. So unusual for them to team up together, but not unheard of, it has to be said. And then obviously we've got the Confessor chap here. And as you can see, again, they're just nice big push fit pieces, so they'll all go, getting shot all together, push fit quite nicely. So that's quite nice because it means you can push them together and start playing straight away. And again, all of the heroes seem to be in red, so he's quite a cool looking chap. I guarantee I wouldn't be able to get him on camera, but he is quite a cool looking fellow. Very old-fashioned Imperial Britain with the old moustaches and whatnot. And then we have a lot of things. So I'm seeing elements of obviously chaos, which makes sense because we saw a Chaos Lord in there, so you obviously got your chaos icons and stuff. But this fellow down here intrigues me because he looks very similar to the Dark Eldar creatures, and I can't remember what they're called now that I'm trying to think about it off the top of my head. This is why I normally record this and then look up things and then re-record over the top. Here we go. So here you go. It is the Ungouls or something like that. I can't remember, but you can only get them for Dark Eldar. but there's definitely some of those in here. What else have we got? Some cool looking, I really like these guys actually. These are, my hand behind it again, these are Imperial Guardsmen that have been corrupted, and I have to say I really like their look. I think are really cool. So pop that down there. Oh, that's an interesting looking fellow. Big-headed bugger, look at that. I'd imagine he's some kind of chaos sorcerer, seer, something like that. But I mean, as you can see, as always, the quality of these is really high. I mean, I imagine that trying to see this on a tiny camera is not the best in all the world, but the details are really there. Obviously, GW has a phenomenal track record with doing clean, crisp miniatures that are always cast very well. And as you can see, they're not one for lacking details, like all these little tiny wires and cables and such. So that's always nice. But they are, again, push fit. So as you can see, there's lots of them with nice big giant holes for you to just stick them all together with. So that means that this set is actually, for a beginner, quite a nice way of getting into the Warhammer universe, which I completely am down with. So we pull this out, and as you can see, this is, they've started doing this a lot recently. It's obviously to protect the contents and the miniatures, but they always put the full piece of artwork on the back, which I actually have to say they've spoilt with a barcode. That's very naughty of you, GW. You shouldn't have done that, because I normally stick these on my wall because I think they look quite pretty. So, right then, oh god, what have we got going on here then? So there is quite a bit of stuff to unpack in this box. First of all, we have a large pack of cards. Now this says Stronghold Artifacts. Quickly grab my handy knife and just open this and have a look at this deck of cards. So GW have a habit of doing sizes of cards that you can't get sleeves for, and I'm normally pretty good at clocking what size a card is. This is no size that I know of, so therefore I think they're sticking to their old habits of producing cards to weird sizes, so sleeving this is probably going to be an issue. But I would imagine most of you that do play these kind of games don't tend to sleeve the cards anyway, it's just me being weird. So what have we got then? So we've got, these are obviously a variety of different decks. We've got, so pop this down here, so we've got some artifacts here. So Thunderhammer, Power Cell, Spindle Drone Amulet, Dark Age Weapon. Oh, that's kind of cool actually. The old Dark Age of technology they're obviously referencing there for any of you nerds out there that remember all that kind of thing. Of course you do, because everybody watching this is going to be a GW fanboy, let's be honest. So yeah, you've got some Hospitaller Packs, Stun Stuff, Stimulants. Again, I'm holding too far from the camera, I do apologise. So Hospitaller Packs, Stimulants, Servo Skulls, Incantation Doom, Stimulants, Bionic Eyes, Cortex Reinforcements. I'm imagining these are some kind of upgrades that you can either find or buy before a mission or whatever have you. Ew, that's kind of looking at that. I don't even want to imagine why that goes on your body. So yeah, so these are obviously going to be ways to improve your character. I would imagine you either find them, like I say, you got howling ammunition and explosive rounds. So again, I'm going to imagine that you either buy these before a mission starts, or maybe you find them while you're running around. So maybe you even start with them. I don't know. I'd imagine some of these maybe you start with. I saw a couple of things that were like Exodite stuff and stuff, so I'd imagine that is like what the Ranger starts with and whatnot. But you get obviously a significant stack of those, so that gives you plenty to work with. What else have we got? We've got a discovery cards, apparently. This is where I cut myself on camera and have to try and edit the blood out of the footage. So you don't normally see all this because I normally edit it all out. Well, I tend to cut bits out and make it pretty as I can for you guys, but unfortunately, like I say, I've already got a full shooting schedule this week, so I haven't got time to do much more than an unboxing for this. So, but yep, you've got a bunch of creatures and, sorry, I do apologise. So creatures and dudes, psychers, so I'm guessing this is some kind of deck that you may have to work through. There's some countdown cards here, so again, I would imagine something about this, maybe some kind of deck that times you, so as you're exploring deeper through the Blackstone Fortress, you are working through all of these. There's some clues here, so apparently you're playing Cluedo as well, trying to figure out a mystery. I did say actually that the fluff that I read for this was that you are trying to unravel the mystery, so that makes sense that you find clues. Right, what's all this then? Death Maze, Descent. Yeah. How intriguing. This is the only problem with doing some of these unboxings. I do them and I'm like, I want to know what it's all about. I'm intrigued. Like, why are these cards double-sided with exactly the same thing on? Who knows? I don't know. You know? I'll never know. I'll never know, but whoever wins this box will find out. We've also got some encounter cards. Let's have a look at these. Sorry, probably copyrighted. I should probably not be singing that. You can't copyright my voice, and no one would want to. Right, so we've got some encounter cards now. I would imagine, having played their old Warhammer Quest, not their old one, sorry, the last edition that recently came out, the Age of Sigmar Warhammer Quest that came out, I would imagine that this is going to be, depending on the number of players or the difficulty level that you're playing at, depends on how many of these are going to come out. So obviously this will summon guardsmen, but depending on how many of them, how many people are playing. So I would imagine, no, well, that makes sense. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe you turn over multiples of these if you are Urgles. Yes, I told you I was right. Urgles. Yeah, I knew it. I remembered. Probably not. Someone's going to go back and look through the video and be like, actually, you think you'll find your said Urburgers? I don't know. But yeah, so this is obviously going to be important because this will be the deck that helps you and the other players play, summon the bad guys and keep everything going. So that's obviously a really important deck. I'll place that there. So we get a bag of dices. We all like dices. Dices, dices. Everyone loves some dices. Right. Let's have a looky-loo. So we've got your traditional D6s. They're all very pretty and shiny, and yeah, everyone's seen 1,000 times. And a D20. I haven't seen one of those in the GW game for a while. But we have some interesting. Throw these back in here. Get back in your bag. Come on. In. Right, there we go. Now these ones look interesting because these ones are D20s, D8s and D12s by the look of it, but they are not like your usual dice. They have blank sides and they have little triangles on. So I have no idea what all this is about. I would imagine, maybe it's maybe it's like old Space Hulk. Maybe you roll them and then if you roll that many dots, that's how much damage you do. Maybe, don't know. Maybe it's how you find certain architect hordes or whatever. I don't know. That's for me to wonder and for you to find out. So pop those there. Obviously, as is right and proper, a million bases because you obviously need them so that your models will stand up. Ooh. Again, I have to say these cards are all wonky sizes. Nice and big and clear and stuff, but never any way of you ever getting any of these sleeves. Because these are too wide for tarot sleeves, I'll tell you that for nothing. And this is where someone shows me. You can indeed sleeve them in tarots. But anyway, these are large cards. I think these are wider than tarot cards, maybe the same height. Actually, I'm going to go on a limb and say I think these are too wide and too short. But anyway, no one cares about that. You all care about what these are. So these, at a glance, I'm going to go out on a limb, and this is a very, I know it's a big out on a limb here, but I'm going to say that these might have something to do with how you set up the board. I know that that's really out there, but I think that might be the case. Oh yeah, exploration. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So these ones have all tile layouts on, these ones have words. So, yeah, so these are all. A chasm must be crossed for the explorers to continue their journey. So yeah, so these are, I've got some cool little flavour text, and obviously, ooh, there's a Gauntlet of Death. Everyone likes a Gauntlet of Death. Yeah, so these have got a bit of flavour text on, and I would imagine challenges for you to overcome, and again, I think it's a story and stuff. That's kind of groovy. I quite like that actually. That's quite an interesting little deck. Ooh, yes. I remember now from playing the Warhammer Quest one, it had a very similar deck whenever you wanted to explore. So you would reveal the top card and it would show you the layout of your next room and stuff. So I'm guessing that's going to be very similar to this. It did say in the information that I read that this was based on that play system. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, look at this. Fancy printed bags. Oh, I'm imagining... Yeah, because these are resealable baggies. I would imagine, so this is so that you can put your characters in and keep all of your stuff that you found and upgraded and that together. That is a very cool touch. I have to say that's very cool. Although there's quite a few of them in here, so maybe you can just use them as storing stuff as well. Also one little one. Interesting. Don't know what that's about, but that's still a very cool touch. And I was just, when I first opened the box, I was just going to praise them for having some plastic bags in them, because it's a stupid thing that even some board games companies that have been making for years, even they get that wrong occasionally. And I'm just like, put bags in your damn game. It's if you're going to have little bits, put them in. It's not difficult, but that's really cool. The fact they've gone that extra step to put the printing on it, that's really cool. Ooh. So we've got a little... so it's an excerpt from the book. Yeah, I'm imagining there's going to be a book coming out regarding this box set. A storybook. A novel. Novel, that's the word. What a novel idea to have a novel of the word. Anyway, so yeah, this is a sample chapter from it, so if you want to have a quick read, see if you want to buy the book and have a deep delve further in. Ooh! Ooh! You can't put things like that because I want to open it and have a look now. But because I'm giving this away, I'm not going to open this because I want whoever wins this copy, I want them to have the fun of seeing this. And also it would spoil it for you guys. So I'm not going to open that, but I am really intrigued now as to what's in here. Properly. Forbidden fruit is always the sweetest, is it not? What's this then? Oh, an initiative deck. I know what this is. I've seen this in GW games before. Was it GW games or was it the board game? I don't know. I've seen it in games before. How about we just go with that more? That would make more sense. I'm guessing this is going to be each character has an initiative card and you make an initiative deck, and then that figures out. Because then you can put in who's playing. So if someone's playing as this guy, that's a log on it. Hold still, Mark. Yeah. So that was the guy I was saying about had the awesome mustache. Yeah. So if one of you's playing as this guy, then obviously you put his card into the deck. It's an initiative deck. Amazing how I always manage to have my fat fingers in the wrong place. So yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I would imagine that whoever's playing... Oh, there he is. Look at how cool he is. That's so awesome. I'm trying to remember the old B-movie films that had characters like that in, but... Yeah, there you go. And then you got your hostile groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, so that'll be your little initiative deck. Okay, I know what this is. This makes sense to me. I actually understand what that is. Oh, sweet Jeebus. Another massive set of cards. You're going to have to like laminate all this if you want to keep it in good nick. Because there's just so much card. I think GW are trying to take over from FFG in terms of killing off rainforests slowly but surely, one at a time. We're making a new box game. Bring down the forest, lads. Right. So, alright. So these are your character cards. So these are obviously going to be. If I fan them out, so you can see a few of them. So that's going to have all of your characters. God, I'm trying to judge where this camera is. Painful. There you go. So that gives you an idea of some of the other characters that you can play as. And I would imagine there's going to be, yeah, there we go. So up to there, that's all the characters that you play as, and obviously rules for them. And I would imagine if it's like Warhammer Quest, you'll have 4 dice to do 4 actions a turn. And when you get injured, you'll put dice on here and it will lock them out so you can't use them. If that's kept the system the same, that was how it worked. Oh no, you didn't. You put wound markers over there. Bad mark, naughty mark. But yes, it stopped you from using the dice. It is the important point. But you could heal up, take a rest, take a break. There you go. So these are all the rest of them. I don't want to spoil too many of the mechanics because obviously these are the bad guys that you'll be encountering. But I reckon the Traitor Guardsmen you'll see from the first mission, so that's not too much of a spoiler. But yes, there you go. So these are some nice, large, double-sided. Ooh. So apparently these guys can become inspired. This is a new twist. So they inspire and then I'm guessing all of their stats go up. That's quite interesting. I am intrigued. Oh, this. So here we go. So this might have something to do with what I was asking before. So these little shapes obviously must be the dice, and then you obviously get a certain amount of hits on them or something, I would imagine. Alright, see, you don't need to read rule books to figure this stuff out. Dead simple, mate. Dead simple. I would say it's what I do for a living, but I tend to just blunder through things for a living, so let's have a look. Right, so rules. Read this first. Oh, it's not too thick. You see. See, I figured this out. Got this sussed, mate. It's almost like I wrote the rules. He lied. So this looks quite simple, I have to say. This is quite nice. Let me look at these. You've got like nice big examples. There's not too much to read per page or per thing. It's not too difficult at all, to be honest with you. I think this is going to be quite a nice, simple game, quick to set up and get started. Your biggest thing is going to be building all of these models. I don't think this is going to take very long to get your head around and play. But I should read it first. Oh, they've broken the rulebook down into sections. So you've got rules, and then if you put that there, you've then got combat, and then it says read this when a combat occurs. So obviously it's broken it down into sections. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Oh, okay. So behavior charts for the. Yeah, that makes sense. See, they've given them a few more options then because in Warhammer Quest they had very little. So obviously this is a close-up on one of the cards. In Warhammer Quest you only had, I think, 3, and it was like 1 to 2. Roll a dice, 1 to 2 was one thing, 3 to 4 was another thing, and 5 or 6 was another. They appear to have done quite a few different options on a bigger grid-based system, so that's kind of cool. Yep, okay, this all looks. Yeah, this is kind of groovy. I can get down with this. This is. I can get jiggy with this. This again continues the whole thing of being. It might look quite daunting, but I looked at many rule books, and this is, yeah, this has got like nice bullet points and laid out and examples. This is actually going to be very simple, I think. So what have we got here? Data sheets. Yeah. So GW always include these for people who just. I know it's a rare thing, but just in case you don't play GW things, they want you to play obviously their main proprietary games of. Warhammer 40,000 and Age of Sigmar, so they always include data sheets so that you can transfer these characters and creatures across to your main game of your choosing. So in this case it would be Warhammer 40k or 40,000 or whatever one you want to call it. So what's this? I don't want to spoil too much because this might be a story thing. I'm going to pull that away from the camera for a second. Right, so those up. So okay, I can show you some of this. So up to this point, I think. So up to this point in the book, I can show you because after that it appears to be missions and stuff. I don't want to spoil things for you. So we've obviously got some MacGuffins, fluff and introductions. We've got some. I think this is like after you've done a mission. That's the general gist I'm getting because it's obviously talking about next expeditions and stuff. And obviously you've got some lovely paint like photographs. GW some nice photos, so you get to see all of their lovely, gruesome, nasty, horrible things that they've made and painted up for you. I'm sorry, but this guy is just too cool for school. She's really cool, but I keep wanting her to be like holding the gun or something, but that's just me. But this is really cool, and these guys are awesome. And I mean that's pretty cool too. I mean I have to say this is GW. All the models are pretty much awesome. Even this dude. This dude's really weird. I like him. Like, what's going on with that helmet? Who knows? That's just bananas. Yeah, I won't show you any more of that though because that I'm telling you from what I've seen is gonna be spoiler territory. What have we got here? So this is background. Oh, this will be really handy actually, going back to it if you've not played this, which again I guarantee at least 98% of you, just in case one random person's wandered over here by accident, or just by accident, looking to get into it. This is actually really good because this is giving you, they've made the clever assumption that not everyone that plays this game will have played GW stuff. So they're giving you background and story and filling you on the universe so that you are caught up to date with the kind of key points of everything to do with 40k. I think that's actually a very clever touch. That's really nice. I don't recall that being in Warhammer Quest, so that's actually a very, very, very nice touch. And obviously this is your typical thing, but normally I would be upset for companies for not putting one of these in, but I do think in this case it might be slightly overkill because these things are literally like 2 pieces. But I suppose it's making sure you get the right pieces. At least it's there. That's the important thing. If you do ever get stuck, you've got it. And lastly, yeah. Oh, that's what I thought. There's good old-fashioned baggies, baggies, baggies. I could kiss someone at GW just for putting baggies in. Really, really good. It's such a simple little thing, and yet so many people don't do it. As far as I can tell, there's not even that many counters or anything in this yet. He says, and then realizes his folly as he opens these and doesn't know what's in between them. So, what have we got here? So, just for the purpose of showing you guys, I want to push one out. So, this is one piece. Looks double-sided? I would imagine it's double-sided. As you can see, that is a good, solid thickness. That is a decent set. These will last you a while. The print quality is really, really high. Like, I hope it comes out on camera because they've got lots of little details. You can see all the gravel and bits and all kinds of things on there. So these are very, very pretty in person. Full marks to Jesus. Of course, the chain reaction. But yeah, full marks to GW. This is really, really nice. I am thoroughly impressed. I know a lot of board games that wouldn't put this much effort into it. Although I will say you are paying for it, so it's a decent box with a lot of quality in it, but it's not a cheap box, is it? It's not like a £30 game. So as much as I'm sitting here gawping over it and going, oh my god, it's gorgeous, I'm kind of glad it is because you wouldn't want to feel cheated for your money. I definitely don't think you all do because this is stunning. Like the print quality is amazing, the models are stunning, the rules look very fun and easy to get into. I think this is going to be winner, winner, chicken dinner. So I'm going to throw some of these in here. So here we go. So we've got some little tiny count. These are the bits I'm imagining are going to be wound counters, maybe. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm just babbling. I have no idea. It's pure speculation and guesswork at this point. But I have to say that is all very, very cool. So yeah, I mean, Jesus, there's a lot of stuff in this box. I must admit, when I heard that they were bringing this game out and I heard the price point, I was, it did make me flinch a little bit, but I have to say I understand why now. You can see there is a lot of value in this box. I mean, just the sheer fact of me putting it away, I'm like, oh my god, there's so much here. There's just so much. All of these cards, all of that cardboard. I mean, just look at all these decks. Just be physically putting them away. There's so much of it. I still want to know what this is. I still want to know. Yeah, just the act of me putting it away. There was so. I mean, the printed bags. It's just bananas. I mean, it's nice to see somebody doing a game like this to this level of detail and quality. Pop that back in there. So yeah. I think that pretty much wraps it up, if I'm brutally honest, folks. So, what I will say is, if you would really like this, you can win it. So, what I will do is, as I would normally do with my board games and anything else, I will say, like, share, subscribe to the video if you've enjoyed it. If you would like to try and win this game, this box, which I've not done anything with, you will get it in this condition, then just share the video. And what I will do next week, I'll probably do it on my next unboxing / impressions video, which will be next Friday. I will announce a winner then for this box now. So stay tuned, ring the notification bell, stay up to date, and share this around, and good luck to you. I hope one of you wins it and has fun with it. But for now, thanks for watching, folks.